In this video, I'm gonna be doing a vlog. I haven't done a vlog in so damn long. I am going to give you a little tutorial on my life here in Bali. I'm going to be sharing some vulnerable parts of my life. As always, if you've been following me for a while, you know that this is not new. I'm going to be sharing a little bit about the backstory of why I came to Bali in the first place. I'm going to be showing you the transformation that's happened in here, my personal life, my business. I'm going to be sharing a little bit about how I'm earning money here as well, which I've never really shared business side of things on here. My intention for this is not to brag about my lifestyle. My intention primarily is to speak to people who are unhappy in their lives right now. Maybe you're at a job, or maybe there is this thing that you're doing that you know there is something much bigger on your heart, and your heart is pulling you. There's this thing that you keep thinking about doing, but you don't know how to start it. And I want to share with you the crazy thing that happened for me that made me make my leap. This home here is $30 a night, times 7, you work that out. But basically, really comfy ass bed. I got a TV, which I never watch. I got aircon, because it's super hot here. Fan. This is the bathroom. Got the amazing pool. I can sunbake, work on my tan. Kitchen here, fridge, kettle, everything here. Water, another toilet, and sunset is amazing over here. Yeah, it's a really cool home. Really fast Wi-Fi, which is important for me working online. 2-minute drive from the beach. Favorite cafes are literally 1 minute down the road. It's in the center of, it's away from everything, but also in the center of everything, which is hard to describe. It's in the center of everything, but for you to get to this house, you have to like drive through these alleyways really far out, so it's really quiet. Can't hear any cars, can't hear anything, so super quiet. And it's just got this amazing vibe to it as well. I'm really big on vibes. I've been at other places here, and they had, aesthetically, it was amazing, but it just didn't, it had this weird energy. And I know that sounds super woo-woo, but there's energy to environments, right? Just like there's energies around people. They can have the most amazing look, but then just being around them, you feel this heaviness. And it's the same thing with certain houses. Walls definitely need to look clean. It looked like someone just did a big shit and then just started throwing it and smudging it all over the walls. So that needs to change, but it's all good. I'm appreciative. So I got a big day today. I've got podcasts. I got 2 podcast interviews. Well, one podcast had to be rescheduled, so I'm gonna check that out. And I'm gonna go do a workout and get a haircut. I've got a coaching calls. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of everything. But before I do that, let's talk a little bit about my life here, basically how I got started. So get comfortable. I'm about to tell you some crazy ass stories right now. Now, regardless of your religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs, this will apply to you. I'm a big believer in a higher power. God, I don't call it God. I used to be really religious, but I just call it the universe. There was this time, July 24th, 2 years ago, 2016, I was at a seminar learning about how to listen to your intuition. This was the first time I learned about this type of information, like learning to listen to your intuition. Didn't really know what it was. So I sat down for 2 days learning how to tap into what is happening in here. And at the end of the seminar, long story short, I came up with, I want to leave my bootcamp business. So I had my personal training business for 5 years. I had my bootcamp business for 2 years, and I felt like it was time to end and go all online. Just focus on YouTube, focus on creating my online business. The challenge was I was earning hardly any money online. YouTube, maybe $200 a month. And I gotta eat, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta pay for fuel in Australia, super expensive. So I just made up all these stories. I can't leave my bootcamp business. I have my clients. I'm not earning enough money. I'm gonna go super broke. And I had 0 savings because I've been terrible with money, terrible with managing money, just not saving any money at all. So I had no safety nets financially. So here's what happened. For 4 months after I left that seminar, it was like I couldn't unknow what I now know. Does that make sense? I'm pointing to this, by the way. It's like, for those of you who have gone vegan, once you know what actually happens, you can't erase that shit. That's there for the rest of your life now, right? You have to like block it down with stories and belief systems of why it's okay and justify it. But I couldn't do that. I was like, this is here. My heart is telling me to leave. So for 4 months, I just went back and forth. My mind and my heart was going back and forth. Leave. No, you can't do that. No money. Leave. You can't do that. Your clients really care about you. What are they going to do without you? Leave. Story after story after story. Then there was a night where I was at the gym. I finished working out, I was feeling down, and I was like, what is this feeling? There is this feeling, there is this nudge, there is this little whisper telling me to leave, and it just won't get out of my heart. So I sat down at the sauna, I just started to meditate. I was like, what do you really want to do? And from what I know now is that your heart just tells you the next step. It doesn't tell you the whole entire process. It just tells you one step at a time. Just like a GPS. Turn left, turn right. It doesn't give you the whole entire process to follow, otherwise you'd be overwhelmed. So I was sitting down meditating, and it just said to me, go for a walk. So here I was, 9 p.m. at night time. It was a really cold night, and I went down to a lake. And here I was just thinking about my life. What do I want with my life? Where do I want to take it? And I was sitting down at the lake. The water was super calm. I was just here, just sitting back, just pondering. I started to talk to whatever it is that is guiding all life. And I said, what is this feeling that is just not going away? It's like, I need a sign. My heart is telling me to leave, but my mind is telling me that it's not going to work out. But just give me a sign that everything is going to be okay, that it's okay for me to leave my bootcamp business. But I don't want a sign that is going to be ambiguous. I don't want to be like, is that actually the sign? Was that really it? I want a clear and direct sign. So I said, please give me something. Give me something. I said, if this is the right decision for me to follow my heart right now, make a fish jump out of the water. As soon as I finished my sentence, 5 meters away, all I saw was boom, fish jumping out of the water. Again, and again, and again. And it was like every single time that the fish jumped out of the water, it was the universe, God, call it whatever the hell you want to call it. It was saying, leap. This is your time. Stop fucking around. Go, jump, make the leap. Follow your heart. The very next day, I made a video on my Facebook group page to all my clients saying, yo, in 12 weeks from now, February 2017, that's going to be my last day of working. I had no safety net, guys. Zero savings. I had probably like $400 in my bank account, earning hardly anything online still. And then, after that, I fell highly into this depressive cycle. I was gaining weight. I gained 15 kilograms within a very short period of time. I'll show you my before and after photos. And it was because I was earning zero money. I was stressing out because no money was coming in. I made this leap and I was like, yo, what the hell? I thought everything was gonna be okay. My heart told me to leap. The universe told me to leap. Why isn't nothing working? And I was feeling so lost. I was feeling so stressed out. I didn't know what I was doing. And I just kept thinking to myself, did I make the wrong move? And then I remember watching a video from Steve Harvey, and he said that when you make the leap, when you jump out of the airplane, the parachute doesn't open straight away. You start falling for a while. Then sooner or later, the parachute opens. And I was just thinking, why the hell does it have to take so long for it to open, right? So after that 4 months, I went to Tanzania just shortly after. And when I went to Tanzania, that was a game changer. I started to reevaluate what my values were, what I want to focus on, who do I want to serve, and focus more on serving, really. Focus more on contribution. And I remember the 2 days before I had to leave to go back to Australia, I had this feeling in my body again saying, don't go back. Then I just started to journal, where do you really want to go? Where is it that you want to go? And I just said, go to Bali. I had no idea why. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how everything was going to work out. It was just saying, go to Bali. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to trust this feeling. I had a little bit of money saved up at this point. I was getting some money from YouTube and online programs and stuff like that, some coaching clients, but not enough to like live over here for a long period of time. So full transparency, I had $1,000 in my bank account at this time. After I booked my ticket, so I probably had like $1,500, booked my ticket to Bali, and I just said, all right, let's make this work. I came to Bali. This is how much the motherfucking universe tests you, right? So let's see, it was like, yo, let's see how much this person trusts in me. Let's see how much this dude trusts. Soon as I got to Bali, 2 days after, this is what happened. I was walking and I dropped my camera. This is the lens right here. Just smashed. For those of you who don't know, cameras are highly expensive. So this camera that I'm shooting on right now, that's a new camera I had to buy. Guess how much it was? $700. Guess how much money I had? $1,000. So now, here I am, $300 in my bank account, hardly earning any money. I was staying in this crappy house that was $70 per week. There was no aircon, it was super hot, I was getting sick from eating crappy foods, and I just felt like, what is happening? Like, what did I do? And I was just feeling so damn stressed. Everything really started to change when I did a breathwork session, financially speaking. There was a lot of scarcity around money that I was having all the time. And I won't go into the full details. I'll show you, this is a little this is a little preview of the clip of the breathwork session that I did. Smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady. And it was highly emotional. I'll leave the card at the top here that you can, or somewhere up here that you can watch. But basically it was this process that just removed so much shame around money, so much scarcity around money that I had no idea was there. Because I always had this pattern of earning money, losing it, earning money, losing it, not managing it well, scarcity around money, constantly wondering when the next dollar is coming in. And I tell you the whole entire story behind that, so you can watch that after this. And since that, money just started pouring in. I started earning money, more money than I could even imagine. I started to change my relationship with money. I'm still working on it now, but it has been amazing. I started earning consistently, not just 1 month and then going back to normal, but consistently $10,000 to $15,000 months ever since I've arrived. After that breathwork session, money just started to skyrocket. This month has been the highest month so far. I did a $28,000 day just a few days ago. Some of that money is coming in through monthly installments, so it's not all up front. This morning I've earned $3,200, and I'm not saying this to brag. Hear me on this. My intention for telling you this is not to go, yo, look at me. My intention is to say there is a calling within you right now. There is something on your heart right now that your body is telling you to do, but your mind may be telling you not to do that. I'm here to tell you and to remind you is that when you listen to your heart, everything takes care of itself. And to remove the expectation of how things are supposed to show up, how things are supposed to play out, because that is coming from your head. Kyle C says that your mind can only see what you're going to lose. It can never see what you're going to gain. I could never see that I was going to gain all of this happiness, this freedom that I have right now, this income that's coming in right now, this ability, this deep feeling of wanting to serve all of humanity, and specifically focusing on animal activism. My drive to focus on veganism has just increased so much. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this right now. Since being here, I didn't know that from taking that leap, all this drive to focus on showing people what happens behind the scenes with animals is going to show up. But it happened because I made the leap. And I feel so on fire right now. I feel so purpose and mission driven right now. I feel so driven to speak up about the animals and feel so driven to coach my fucking amazing clients, and I love them so damn much. There is so much within me right now that I just want to serve and give to the world, and that all happened from that one decision. To make the leap, to follow my heart. And now I don't focus on external signs from the universe. I focus on what is the sign here. The feeling tells me to do it, boom, let's do it. If you want to learn a little bit more about how to connect to your heart and how to focus on manifestation, I'm a big believer in the law of attraction. Breathwork, the same dude that helped me with breathwork, he's going to be at our Escape and Experience retreat. If you want to know more, I'll leave a link down below that you can check out. If not, all good. But I'm going to be teaching how I'm able to connect to my intuition, how I'm able to connect to my heart, how I'm able to, the process of manifestation and breathwork to release any shame and guilt that you have around earning money or making the leap for your dreams or whatever it may be. We're going to be going into that. So I'll leave a link down in the description for you to check out. But other than that, I'm going to go get breakfast because I am super hungry, and let's do this. Alright, right now I'm at one of my favorite cafes, the Shady Shack. I'll leave a link down below to where it's at. And right now I'm just here with Simon. Say what's up.
Hey guys.
We are about to do a podcast. I'll take you to it in a second. I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek. But here we are. We have a, what is it?
It's a chocolate probiotic plant protein smoothie.
Chocolate probiotic plant. That's it's a tongue twister. But
yeah, but we're sorted.
Yeah, we're sorted. Done. From my run, and the thing that I always do is go straight into the water and I put on some music. I'm not going to play it because of copyright. They might take down this video or demonetize it. So I get in the water and then I've just ordered a coffee. So there's an app called Gojek. This is not sponsored, by the way. That's just like you can get delivery for anything. I'm reading a book right now that I've read a lot of times, which I'll read after this, called The Power of Now. I've read that at least 6 or 7 times, and every single time that I read it, I just learn so many different things about how important presence is. And this is just a reminder. I know a lot of you already know this, but this is the only moment that we have. Like, I remember times when I was working as I used to wash dishes for a living, right, in an Indian restaurant. I remember times just constantly hating going there, just hating it and hating it and hating it. And I remember just thinking about this. I always felt this way. I didn't know what it was, but I was always looking into the future. I was never in this moment, always looking into the future about things that I had ahead of me, and I had to do this, and I had to do this, and I had to go to this job that I fucking hated, right? And getting shit pay. And reading this book has changed me so much because I have so many references of the past. I mean, going into situations and just thinking about the future and then hating it. And this has just helped me drop into this moment. Do I live there 24/7? Hell no. There's times where I dwell on the past. There's times where I'm thinking about things that happen in the future that hasn't happened yet, that isn't serving me, that doesn't make me feel good. But I don't live there. And I feel like a really good place that I like to live is in the present and also in the future. Thinking about things that I can create, things that can manifest, things that I want in my life. But then primarily coming back into the now. I feel like that's a good balance of happiness. I don't want to just always be in the now and be like a monk and just not getting shit done, right? Not that they don't get shit done, but I'm just saying that I feel best when I'm like, this is what I want. I have this excitement for the future. This can be created. This many animals can be saved. This many people can go into the Challenge 22 program and go vegan, and you know, I can create this much money for my life, and I can use this for this and then this. And then also realizing that I'm in a pool. Realizing that I'm speaking to a camera right now. Realizing that I can hear birds in the background right now. And that this is the only moment that will ever exist. So that's all I got. I'm going to show you guys the app. I'm scared to touch the camera because it might get broken. So this is the app. It's called Gojek. And then, yeah, you get to see this dude, where he is. It's nearly here. If you need a taxi, it's not actually a taxi, but if you need a lift, someone can come pick you up on a bike. You need a car. You need food. You need credit on your phone. You need, what else is there? You need food, obviously. You need someone to come clean your room. You need Go Glam. You need, I don't know what that is. And he's here. Apa khabar?
Baik. 67.
67, okay.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih. There you go, just like a delivery man, but you can get it for anything. Like, you want a massage, someone can come here. You need some groceries, you can order it online, someone can drop it off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Hopefully you got some value from it and some inspiration and learned a little bit more. So if you did get some value from this video, please leave me a comment, let me know what was most valuable to you. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Give this video a big thumbs up, and until I see you guys in the next video, remember to love all living beings, and most importantly, love thyself.